skill pool. A little bit of lag here and there, but we should be receiving. Yeah, it's a bit weird and all that. Welcome to Facebook, everybody. Honestly, don't know how much reach I'm getting at this point. Maybe I'm not getting much reach. Well, I'm just I'm personally doing this for fun, not so. Well, but yeah, computer's going up. I should really try to put that Ford RAM stick in, but every time I put it, I'm starting to think it's something like that. It's not quite because I've heard that in some cases you're not able to populate all channels, or you're not able to reach a certain threshold of memory and have the same and have that speed at the same time. Like you can only do it at the slower clock, but and that might be the case. But I got it to work before, so the more likely culprit is that I have that my motherboard is about to die, which kind of makes sense. It's more than a decade old already, in that. Hopefully it doesn't die right now. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena, and today we are going to be doing Sealed Pioneer Masters. So we're planning to do at least 3 drafts of Pioneer Masters, and the reason for doing those 3 drafts is here's the announcement schedule. So especially that we're going to be able to do one for Planeswalkers Week, one for Spells Week. I'm actually very curious what the spells are on the bonus sheet here, and Devotion Week. I guess that's fine there. This kind of makes sense because Aether Drift is scheduled to come out around near the end of the month, maybe first week of February at the latest, if I'm not mistaken. But this is what we are looking forward to. Until then, let's get to drafting. Just a quick note that everything seems to be quite normal. The only difference is that Bestow and Heroic is a thing. Gates is also kind of a thing. It might be more of a thing here but it's a bit harder to build around here, so this might be a bit harder. Graveyard Monster Sacrifice. Temple Flyers is kind of a thing as well. But I think the real secret sauce is how many heroic creatures and bestow creatures can we get. So let's crack our pool. Let's see what we get. 8 rares, and we got a nice Urborg. We got Kiora from the crashing wave from the bonus sheet. Let's see. Until next, I've not played with this in a long time. This one I believe is from. Was it Born of the... I think this was from Born of the Gods, or was this from... It's definitely from the first Taros block. I'm just trying to remember if it was from Born of the Gods or Journey into Nyx. But let's see. Green, blue. Draw a card, may play an additional land this turn. And... Not very... You're most likely doing the +1 quite a bit and hoping to hit the 5. Starfield of Nyx. At beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal target enchantment card from your graveyard to battlefield. Okay. As long as you control 5 or more enchantments, so that's a thing. There is a Biden of Tassa, there's a Polukrano, so green-blue might be a thing for us. Shamanic Revelation. Draw a card for each creature you control. You gain 4 life, so there's something there. We have Haven of the Spirit Dragon if we're going to dragons. This one... Oh yeah, don't forget, we only got Cons of Tarkir, but we didn't get the entire block. Haven the Spirit Dragon, if I'm not mistaken, came from Fate Reforged. There's a Goblin Rabble Master. Let's see what the rest... Rabble Master best on the aggro. Let's see what it can line up here. But first things first, let's do a land check. And we got quite a few. Having a lot of these MDFCs at common is kind of a big help here. That said, red white, green white, red black, blue red. We're not exactly getting blue green here. You do have a gateway, but we don't have any other gateway. Well, we do have a few gateways. No, but we're not exactly going for the gates deck for the most part. Like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different gates. 2 evolving wilds does help for mid range. The green MDFCs are quite powerful, something for us to consider. for multicolored Dreadboard, this used to be a rare. Having this in common is now very interesting. Green white seems to be a thing. Celestial Charm can actually be quite good. Loxodon Smiter is fine. So we could go green white for sure, and we could splash, say, red. Red green's kind of on the weaker side. Though, if we can get access to red black, it's fine. Green black, we don't have the land for it, but we can. I guess we can go green white blue. Though the blue has to be a real splash here, so I might not exactly go Skyrider Elf here. Though this one is just a 2-mana 2/2, which might be fine. Let's see. We do Pilgrim's Eye is always a solid drop. Probably not going to be playing Gate Claw. We do have 6 gates total, so we could get this down quite a bit. So this is a considerable drop. 2 Scion of Ugins. Okay, we do have the Haven the Spirit Dragon, but ironically these 2 dragons don't need the color. But you can use it to return a card from graveyard to hand, so that's something to consider. Crackdown Construct. Not really. Exiles 2 permanents they control. This is just Annihilate. No, it's Exile, so it's not Annihilation. Okay, we'll start with green here because that was the one that seemed promising. Nemesis of Mortals, Polukranos. Actually, the green looks really promising. Maybe Nessian Ass is a bit too much to ask, but we do have 1 Gatebreaker Ram. Quite a bit of early game and mid range here, so green looks quite good. Oh my gosh, they actually put Fog here? Ooh. Our white is less exciting. Each other non is a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and base toughness equal to its mana value. So if we take a look at this, so Starfield of Nyx, for example, it would turn this 1/1 into a 3/3, assuming it's not bestowed. If it's bestowed, it doesn't do anything to it. So the Knightly Valor, it wouldn't do anything to the Knightly Valor. Oh, I think it's quite fine. Healing Apparition, destroy target enchantment. That one's solid. We do have some auras to get, so that one's looking quite good. Let's take a look at our blue. So Bident of Tassa as a way to draw cards. There's a Shipbreaker Kraken. This one is a classic, though this one's very expensive. There is a Guild Summit, so we could do some sort of guild gating. So our only removal is Essence Scatter. Well, we have some removal. Gust of Wind, Anchor, Essence Scatter. So we have some things. It's just that our creature selection is very limited here, so we might only be playing Blue Splash Kiora, and even then, it's not that interesting. Let's do a check on black. So we're pretty much looking for removal. Unfortunately, all we have is a Devour Flesh. Cavern Lamphead gives Intimidate. It gives us access to Dreadbore. But black is very light here. Red seems a bit better. We have Fight with Fire as our removal. Like, I could just go straight Naya. Fight with Fire, Boundary Lands Ranger. This one, we should be able to get some discard and draw. There's an Acroan Crusader we can dump cards on. Rabble Master is always good. Witch's Mark is okay. Exile target non-basic land. Okay, we're not playing this one. Labyrinth Champion. Whenever you cast a spell, okay, this could be something. And there's also the Boulder Salvos. Like if we can cast another spell, we can drop this down to 2 mana, which is pretty good. Okay, so it looks like we have a plan here. So let's take all the good green cards. I will consider the Ram. I might consider at least one Ass, but I probably wouldn't put too many of them. Definitely put the Celestia Charms in. The Guild Gates definitely go in. I guess we can make room for Incarnate, though this doesn't feel the strongest of the bunch. And then let's go to white. Iroas makes the Eidolons better. Unfortunately, we only have Leaf Crown Dryad, Ghostblade Eidolon, so only 2 actual bestow cards. So though there is a Trailblazer for Heroic. Helios Pilgrim grabs Aura, so we will need to have an actual Aura here. Not many Heroic cards. Okay, I guess some Hero for us is Heroic. Crowing Crusaders Heroic, but we kind of want the red for removal, so we'll take those 2. Witch's Mark and Rabble Master is a good fit as well here. Humble Defector, draw 2 cards, give our opponent the Humble Defector. Not that interested in that. Definitely Oath of Gideon, that gives us some creatures. Let's do an enchantment check. 3 enchantments right now. There are only 3 enchantments, so Starfield of Nyx is not looking great. I'm trying to avoid playing. I would probably play a Knightly Valor. The thing is, we don't have that many actual auras. Like, we have an Alpha Authority here, so hexproofing can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, but it doesn't give any actual stats. Basara Tower Archer, we need to be double green here. That said, we are gonna put these, so this bumps up our land count. I can easily cut 1 of each of these, so we can go 15 lands with 3 DFCs. I can cut 2 more to fit the Evolving Wilds. We have a Gateway Plaza that I can also fit as well, though we have a heavy 2, and we definitely need to add some more creatures. We're at 12-10. Let's add the champion. We have some things we can target this with. Let's actually look for spells we can target. Unfortunately, yes. But yeah, we need creatures, not spells. That's the problem. We have to put the Nemesis of Mortals. I might just put another Aspire. Yeah, we're giving up on Kiora for the most part. Like, I could go 4 color, but we're realistically not hitting 5 here. Though I would love to get this emblem here. This might be kind of worth it. It does make Skyrider Alpha consideration as well. In fact, what will happen to our... We did put the Gatebreaker Ram, so that's 2 gates. We have to add the 3rd gate here. So we're doing a red check and a white check. Yeah, we have a lot more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have actually quite a lot of white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. So our red is okay. Our white is kind of okay. Our green is the most of it. So let's see, red is 6. 1. So I could go get away with 1 mountain. Then have the Izzatil Gate in there. I kind of want 1 island as well. Yeah, we're gonna go with this monstrosity of a deck here. And we'll probably cut 1 green card. I hate cutting the recovery, but that's probably the best cut there. I'll try this one, but this is so all over the place. I'm seriously concerned. We might have a bit of a dud pull if we can't get an early aggro start. I might reconsider to changing this towards, like, say, green, blue, red, or green, red, black, or blue, red, black, or something to that effect. Or blue, green, black. Yeah, we can make it more green, black. The thing is that black doesn't really give us much. Yeah, though we do get Fight with Fire. It's a shame that we hit our 1 splash color here. We'll buy some. I'll try this one because we have quite a few green sources. Admittedly all over the place. I do have to play this one as much as I'd like to hide it because we might be able to hit green later. But yeah, our mana base is so inconsistent here. At least we have the... At least we got something to do turn 3. I could also just Fought with Fire the Sungrace Pegasus. I'm kind of waiting for our opponent to dump something on it before we go for removal. Not exactly savage punching, not without something big. We are missing green mana. So I might reconsider Hero of Roas. I might just remove that instead. Yeah, we're just missing our mana. This. And we're not kicking it anytime soon. What enchantment? Yeah, I was thinking, what enchantment could they possibly cast? But yeah, if we don't hit green mana soon, we're in trouble here. So this is the caveat of forcing the blue in here. So if we happen to hit Kiora, we can kind of start going for something. Ooh, or Oracle. And still no green. So we are forced to hold back. This is definitely looking bad. This is honestly a bad keep. We kind of got greedy. We had like 5, 6, 7 men. Also, I forgot what Renown does. It's when it deals combat damage to a player. So we pick up. So this is super dangerous for us. Like we even need double green for Nemesis of Mortals. We're going to stay there. Now we even had the double evolving wilds, but that's something I would have rather seen a lot earlier. Let's play Eidolon. It's too expensive to bestow. Just have to play it as is. We're in real trouble here until we hit green. One is probably gonna have a Martial Glory is probably what I'm expecting here. But yeah, that's the problem with sealed deck. You cannot craft. You have to make do with what you have. Coordinated assault, just as bad. In fact, this is actually very good. At least we still take out the Crusade. Unless they have another trick. Martial Glory. Oh wow, they really went all in on it. Yeah, we still don't hit our green. Okay, we can concede that one. So we have to go heavy green. I'm probably gonna cut some of the white cards. I might cut some of the white or some of the red, but we're not exactly adding any more green cards here. Okay, let's take a look at which color we can cut more. Because I'm going all over the place, not working. So let's see. Our white is not very strong, except for the Smiter and the Celestia Charms. I can cut these 4 white cards, which leaves us to 12-9. But do we have the creatures to go in it, like Skyrider Elf? Boundary Lance Ranger. Okay, that gets in there. I might be forced to put. We can put the Humble Acroid Crusader in there, so that's 15 and 9. There's an argument for, say, Scabclan Berserker now that we're playing in these colors instead. Do I still want the Skyrider Elf? I think I could still risk the Skyrider Elf here. So Boundary Lance Ranger still work. Okay, let's give this one a try. But oh yeah, let's also fix the mana base. So 1, 2. So with only like 3 white cards left, I can bring this down to 1 plains. We can actually go up several. We can fill the balance with mountains now. We actually had 5 forests, 2 Celestia Guild Gates, 2 Evolving Wilds, and 1 Gateway Plaza. So we didn't hit any of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A bit short on 9, but we'll take it. But yeah, see, that's the importance of making sure it's in your opening hand. This is where taking the mulligan is super important. You cannot just expect to draw into things. Okay, so they're all ETB tap, but what I can do is, yeah, I can go Evolving Wilds for our red source. We will at least get double green for sure. We're definitely assured on the green, so we are getting a red source here. I could get the aggro going with... Yeah, let's go Celestia Guildgate first. Our opponent could be playing Flyers, in which case Crawl Harpooner is good. No Hornet Nest, so Witch's Mark doesn't get through it. And let's do a check. Dealt damage, so we can exactly snipe, but our opponent gets 2 1/1 creatures that fly in that touch. Harpooner fights, so it gets taken out, takes out one of them. Now let's just play. Though we can do Labyrinth Champion to take it out first. Then we can do Polukranos to clear the tokens afterwards. This will take a while. We'll have to bite the bullet on this one. Our opponent doesn't send it here. This can fight this one. Like this right away. Yeah, they get their 2 1/1s. Discard this. Sniper, good. I can in fact play that. I can also give +2/+2 to take out 1 token. So that's also an option. Gatebreaker ramp. So we now want Celestia. So we'll take the hit. It's a bit painful. Hopefully our opponent did not have a go white spell, otherwise we would have too much trouble there. Double Master is nice. Yeah, let's wait. Also, this unfortunate Gnarlback Rhino. That's a problem. Our opponent can drop a spell on it, right? Okay, thankfully they couldn't. We're actually still going for it. So has to block. Of course, this. See what their pump effect is. They will get another shot at it, so they will get to put this on the top right now. So Leaf Ground Dryad does give us reach, so that is an option. then, yeah, we'll just fight this one right away. And we still have to go in. And can send the Gatebreaker Ram in also. When this is gonna eat those, that's fine. Also note that I could also start attack. I should probably start attacking with this. It's treat food. Though in this case, could I chump? No, I would have to double block. Does our opponent have removal for Labyrinth Champion? Compulsory rest. Ugh. So I am taking 2 here. Does our opponent have a combat trick again? No. So I would be forced to... I'd be forced to just sacrifice this right away so I can get my Leaf Crown Dryad on the board. So I could play this to the draw, but this has to be if an opponent controls causes me to discard, so this will not work with Smiter. So I'm actually gonna just play this one first. Then I could give myself a surprise blocker this way. Opponent is starting to flood a bit. So unfortunately we're missing like 1, 2, at most we can do 3 damage. Oh come on. They had the Savage Punch as well. Unbelievable. Gnarlback Rhino really... Why I... And this is the problem with Sealed Kings. Sometimes you just don't get those cards. Now we're just... I will play this one, then we will cycle this. Okay. Unfortunately, we're now missing the one. And they're the ones with the Kiora crashing wave.
Krakens, leviathans, octopuses, serpents.
Oh, but this is built to built by.
Here comes the undertow.
So that kind of does nothing. Okay, we have a district guide. If we can clear this one out, I can get in for 6, not quite enough. I have to do it here. Then I probably should... I could discard this for another card, or I should just wait. Because for another red source... Most of my red sources are tapped though, so I'm probably just gonna discard for another. Okay, there's a Kiora, but no... blue mana.
Bet you didn't expect this.
So now we are forced to jump block all of this. Yeah, unfortunate that her opponent just had the right and yeah, they just had they're the ones with... But they had a much better seal pool. So this is probably the one thing I hate about sealed. I probably would have been better off just doing a draft and skipping sealed. Because our seal pools really sucks. I still kind of like this. I'm still willing to go with it. It's just... Yeah, our other options are really bad. Yeah, it's like it's all over the place, so there is nothing consistent. The other option is that I could go green, white, more blue, less... More blue and less red. But let's see, what would I have? Cloudfin Raptor... Artisan, which copies a creature. We just don't have... We do get more removal, like we get Anchor, we get Gust of Wind. So we get those two, and we get Essence Scatter. But we are kind of short on creatures here. Honestly, don't know how to make this any better. also there is a red land that we could do for ETB tap, but our lands are kind of stretched thin as it is. Yeah, we're splashing for 2 extra colors here just to get Celestial Charm in. Maybe I could just cut these 2, but these are 2 of my targeted spells. Like, I don't have anything else that targets my own creatures. Are we heroic in the first place? Like, we only have this as heroic. And the Labyrinth Champion, which is also kind of removal. Maybe I just cut the Kiora altogether. So I could go for 4 or 5 at this point, and I hate adding. And I guess we're forced to add a Humble Defector and this. Yeah, so kind of a bit of a shame. So if you do play sealed, you do get access to the bonus sheet. Unfortunately, we don't really get any good access to anything else. Yeah. At this point, sealed is a good way to get a collection, but but it's a crapshoot if you're gonna get a winning pile or not. Okay, this one is something we can settle on. Turn 2 Leaf Crown. If we can hit a different turn 2 creature, I'd play that instead, but I am willing to just play Leaf Crown as a 2/2 reach. Just buy enough time. Also of note that, yeah, our removal is severely lacking, and I just used 1 cube. Guess I can play the Crow Harpooner instead. And I think our opponent's more likely to swing with it. I probably should just block. The problem with Nessie and Asp is that the monstrosity values. These are more. This is one of the best removal spells for playing Bell Slash. So kind of forces me to drive down. Also, I should have started playing red. No, we just can't seem to get anything to left. So at least this costs less. So if they manage to take out, if we can trade, it would be nice. Then I could just dump Nemesis of Mortals. Yeah, let's offer the trade. It's either a removal spell or removal. So at least we get Nemesis of Mortals down. Also, Goblin Rabble Master is an option. Yeah, let's just play that. Actually, one mistake I did make was I was supposed to attack with the Rabble Master as well. Okay, maybe they have removal. Yeah, if they wanted to not have this guy attack. If they snipe this now, it's this attack. Okay, that's fine. Do they have the white mana? Because at least I do get Nessie and Asnet. We're getting beat down by the Humble Defector a bit. Goblin Clutcher, whatever. Your sequence is off. And this time we attack with everything because that is the power of Rebel Master. Lotus Eye Mystics, return target enchantment, they don't have one. So the opponent's gonna concede they're out of there. So at least we do get one consolation win from this one. Let's see if we can get a few more. Yeah, so we really have to stream. We can't be too greedy with our mana base. It's a shame there's no green-red guild gate. That would have been okay. As it is, our Gatebreaker Ram, it's for each gate you control, so at most it's gonna get +4/+4. So I guess a 6/6 or 3 is fine. And let's see. Definitely gonna keep the colony ambush. We can just go, but we do have the slow start. I'm probably gonna crack both. Probably gonna crack both of these for forest, so this is also green source. Harpooner would be nice, especially if our opponent has some dorky flyer. An untapped land would be nice also, because that gives us Rabble Master. Oh, speaking of dorky flyers. Now we do have one double red creature, so and there's a chance we could draw into it. So I'm gonna play the mountain. Then we could just give up colony ambush, since I already just traded it. We're probably gonna go ambush Rabble Master 1/1. We're aiming for Polukranos next turn. Oh. No Essence Scatter, so, but do they have removal? Yeah, people have to get used to the timing. Like, if you want to get rid of this, you don't go to, let me go to combat. If I can hit one more mana, I might play Nessian Asp first. Opponent is... So, yeah, demonstrate with all colors as an experiment one. They might drop something on top. I'm gonna go into combat first. See what our opponent has in store. They might just block and go for a combat trick, in which case we also have a combat trick of our own. Then we can just play Humble Defector. Oh no, they're just taking it? Okay, we play the Humble Defector. We can still surprise with the Celestial Charm. Opponent probably starting to regret not answering the Rabble Master right away. Also note, if the creature is sufficiently big enough, Celestial Charm is a very good answer to it. Also remember, all these charms used to be uncommon at some point, when they first came out. Gust of Wind, give me a card. Sure. Now, this is only during my turn? Okay, let's sweeten the pot. Let's give them something. Let's convince them to block something. Now, if they have a big board wipe, I would be a bit annoyed. Boros Reckoner. So this one is, it deals that much damage to any target. Now they can choose to block one of the tokens. So I'm basically offering 8 damage on the board. Now he could just go for the Rabble Master or go for me. He's gonna go for the Rabble Master, which I expected. Damage has been kinda done. Now we're just waiting to see what their big drop is. Gust of Wind, bounce a token, sure. They're clearly holding on. Unfortunately, I cannot do Celestial Charm and Smiter at the same time. But I am going to swing first. Opponent kinda has to do something. Yeah, if our opponent does anything else, like say bounce, like they did demonstrate a lot of Gusts of Wind, I would probably just play Nessia and after. Man, it's just... And it looks like our opponent called it. Yeah, the Rabble Master was doing a lot of work here. Yeah, we misplayed the Rabble Master the first time. This time we didn't quite make the same mistake. And yeah, that was a bit of a gamble, but I figured that our opponent could have just dealt the troll to us and just bounced this, but they already bounced the Rabble Master once before, and I just replayed it, and they didn't do anything about it. So if our opponent really timed out, I'm just gonna swing with everything and Celestial Charm, call it a day. Like, I could wait for them to try to come back. So this becomes the question, is our opponent just waiting for the last minute? But that's also like how many... Oh, yeah, they did it. So we are a long ways away to, like, we spent 2,000 gems. You really want to get 6 wins for that. Since we're getting 3 packs for free, which is around 600 gems, I guess 3 wins is fine. 4 wins would be at least nice. That's assuming you're counting the value of the packs. If you're not counting the value of the packs, you really want 6 wins at the very least. And this one, there's an argument for getting white, but I might want to just get red instead. Let's see if we draw anything. Okay, never mind. That tells us that we want to get red. So we crack Evolving Wilds, the Apparition, sure, we crack this for red. Nagel Gate. Yeah, just trying to solve our problems for us, in fact. Next turn we go... Let's see if our opponent plays a blocker. Pilgrim's Eye is not much of a blocker, so... If our opponent swings with Apparition, we can swing its Scab Plan. I suspect they just end up blocking though. And now if our opponent casts a non-creature spell, it starts doming our opponent. They might have a non-creature spell, so War Clan Rampager. Ooh. So now we kind of want to kill Gate. So we're hoping our opponent doesn't have removal. So I can at least go Guild Gate, Harpooner, or if I can hit an untapped land, I would just go for Ambush and Harpooner. Looks like our opponent does have removal. Okay, compulsory re-rest. Which we can still county ambush into, so it's not a complete blood. Opponent is demonstrating they have a combat trick. Let's force them to have it. Okay, it's just Rimrock Knight. Not super. So please untap land. No, we didn't get an untapped land, so I still want to snipe this game. That puts 2 creatures in the yard, so our Nemesis of Mortals is cheaper. Still hoping for the untapped land. Only for Storm Red Dragon. But so at least Kraul Harpooner has something better to fight. Wait. X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. There are 2. Yes, we will fight that creature. There's an argument for, say, playing the Tower Archer. Yeah, this was that was a bit nasty. Also, we can monstrosify this. Let's see. That's 3 cards in yard, so this is 5 mana. Celestia Charm. If our opponent plays something big, I could... Also, this has the protection from white, so... Swift Reckoning, destroy target tap creature... Okay, sure. Also, no, let's hope our opponent doesn't have a second Stormbred Dragon. That would be so annoying. No, it's a Misthunter Hydra. Ace. And I'm forced to block. Ugh. Really? Okay, I'll block this one. There is no trample, right? No trample. Ah! If we had drawn any tap land, that would have been a fail moment. Any other creature, we would have been able to buy some time, but it would have been scary. We barely survived with just an okay, Nessian asked was worth. Our 3 wins so far. Let's keep going. But every game from this point is going to be quite tense. Also have to do it. gate, Guildgate into Plaza, though I might do Evolving Wilds first. We know we definitely need the red. Untap. Oh, they gave up Outfin Raptor. Please make me discard a card. Ooh, so I can now... Yeah, we'll do that one first. It's kind of the same thing. And I can have removal for this. Yeah, playing in Fear is not exactly the best thing to do. One is actually playing into 4 colors and the card still Ingot. If they burn the Humble Defector, I'm fine with it. No, Voyaging Savior. Now, this does punch through it, so... Let's offer the trade. Opponent might be holding on to something big if they're going for this much ramp. Let's hope it's not too big. Something that 5 damage can deal with. Yeah, because our removal suite's not that great. In fact, our removal suite's mostly is all damage based between the fight and fight with fire. Opponent going for the Dread Dwarf. They are from 5 colors. Let's make me discard something. Oh, it's just Aster. Oh, we can burn that. And this is power 5 or greater, so yeah, so it had to be fight with fire. Now it's like Gormag Angler. Wouldn't it hit us for 1? No, they're really holding on to the mana. Okay, so they could have a counter spell for this. Okay, let's make them happy. Might have removal instead. Okay, let's make them have it. So if they're casting removal and whatnot, they're not doing anything. Dictate of Heliod. Let's see which one they flop. Mew. Now they could have a fog to ruin it, or they could just untap something, get around it. Okay, untap, Skylasher, Slash can't be countered, but damage has. And let's see, not counting ambushing anytime soon. I'm still gonna hold on to this, because if we hit another untap source, I could just. Apparition, champion. Yeah, the dictate's a bit painful here. If I can hit another mana, I can go Smiter first, then be patient about it. If our opponent swings with both, okay, looks like our opponent. They might be holding back. doesn't mean much yet because they could still. So I can. Yeah, kind of all in on this one. This might not be great. Now let's see. Our opponent could have yet another Skylasher, which would be so annoying. No, they don't. Okay. So at least the Leapfrog Giant could make it into 5-5. We're just gonna Dreadboard instead, but they take damage in the process. Do I want to draw 2 cards? Patiently. They have to have something at this point. Nope, they don't. We got there. Yeah, it looks like the fight-based removal is pretty good. Dictate could have been really bad. He fortunately had the Celestial Charm to block their efforts there. Okay, 4 wins. To think we started off at 0-2. We were headed for disaster. At least we're surviving now. That's the good news. And okay, 2 lands. We're missing red. Honestly, I should mulligan this. Oh, risky. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. Our opponent did mulligan twice, so there is that. But we could still be in trouble. Like we are missing red this time. Some Crown Harpooners can kind of aggro as a creature. Opponent has to still grab, exile target. Yeah. Oh. Now we need that land drop. Healing Apparition. They could just sacrifice to destroy it right now. They're gonna do that. Okay, sure. And then just play the Gatebreaker Ram first. We could say we can then apply Witch's Sparkle to hit another land in that. Opposing Sovereign. There's no land. Can pitch the Crusader. So next turn we can play. Okay, one is going for experiments. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, we play this one. He's tapped, so we wouldn't really benefit from it. So let's grab. I probably should have put. Now to think of it, I should have put at least 1 planes in here. So next turn we can do boundary lands break this big fight. Nice evil. opponent might hold back the Berserker. We actually want to do. Ooh, I should not have played it. We played the Labyrinth Champion. Yeah, we kind of goofed up that video. Okay, let's hope our opponent... Honestly, we could have just played the Boundary Lands Ranger, but I would rather force our opponent to answer this. Now, they could have a Celestial Charm, which would ruin it, so they did not, so there we go. That was a super sketchy keep. Thankfully, we drew the third land in time and was able to kind of dig our way out of it. I'll have to accept that there is a lot of fortune that is required here. Nice. I hope this is not talking about what's going to happen in our next game. I don't need a Portent of Calamity to tell us that we're going to be in trouble. Okay, so we have green. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to add white. Oh well. Yeah, we have to go back and add one plains. But we definitely get red with this. Yeah, we're kind of playing chicken here. Our white, so yeah, we're taking it slow. I guess we go double red because we go for green instead. That Aristocrat definitely gonna smash like that first. There is an argument for trying to play Labyrinth Champion, but no, we're gonna skip. A bit super greedy. But if our opponent's playing Aristocrats, our Labyrinth Champion's gonna have plenty of targets here. 3 or greater, so they could snipe any of our cards. It'll be nice if they snipe the Honored Hydra, but they're most likely gonna snipe the Champion. They could snipe the Ambush also. Savage, yeah. They have to have another land if that's what they're doing. Yeah, white land. Next turn, Honored Hydra gets Empalm for the second shot. So Empalm makes it, no, it's still a 6-6. It's Eternalize that makes it into a 4-4. One is going for Soul Flayer. Not the best Soul Flayer. Also remember that there was a time that Soul Flayer was... Ooh, Lifelink. Yeah, we actually now have enough gates to make this a legit threat. Yeah, I think our opponent just missed out. Also having trouble with creatures. They could just grab the... They could do the whip, grab Soul Flayer, hit us for... What? I could try to block it, but you know what? Steward. Which we can snipe. The reason we want to snipe this is because our opponent could be, well, it's not infinite chump blockers, and this does have trample. But our opponent also kind of knows we have it, knew we had that, so it's one trick that they won't do anything. Well, I guess we could have held on to it as a perpetual threat. Like, they could get the Steward. Exert, make a 1/1. Exile it. Not looking good for our opponent. They might have removal. I'm going to force them to have it. Azorius Charm. That's fine. I could play that out as well, but opponent has Pilgrim's Eye. No, this one they can chump block with. This one has trample. And they have Cartel Aristocrat they can get out of the yard. But the thing is, Whip of Erebos is aggressive. And they want to have they kind of want to have effects like Eaten Alive. No, they don't have it. Yeah. As far as the enchantment weapons, the legendary enchantment artifact weapons, Bident of Tassa was the best. Spear of Heliod was fine but forgettable. Porphyro's Hammer also... No, Porphyro's Hammer had a combo with it. There was a combo that went with it. Whip of Erebos was nice and limited, that's fine. The Bow of Nylea was very utilitarian as well. That was kind of fine-ish. So this is definitely our last game, win or lose. Hey Jericho Aladdin, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Doing some... You're in time for literally our last game. 6-2. Definitely our last. We are running green, red, splashing white. I keep forgetting to put the planes for evolving walls, but we did hit the Boros Gate. I could Witch's Mark pitch a mountain to go for the draw. We hit the drop. Nope, I need Food Forest. So depending what our opponent does, Scab Clan Berserker becomes an option. If it's something... Okay, this guy... So... I guess Rabble Master is still fine. Polucrano spotted, running... through like this... Yeah... We had a bit of a super greedy moment where we were doing 4 colors and still kind of 3 colors a bit messy. Eventually, we settled on Gruul splashing white for a few key cards. So, depending what our opponent does, I can just play Rabble Master, sacrifice the token. I could also play the Scab Clan Berserker. Yeah, let's just play Rabble Master, give up the token. Still a threat on board. Next turn we go Polukranos. Or fight with fire, then save up for Nessian Asp. That's also another thing we can do. That's what our opponent has. Also, green-white is actually scary for big creatures because Celestia Charm is a common here. Speaking of which, they have their own Asp. Nice Asp. Kinda out of removal, but we do get to play our own Nessian Asp next turn. I could also do can't do Berserker Protector. Messenger is fine. If our opponent goes aggro, I can trade the Rabble Master for Messenger. Yeah, I'm not trading for this one. Super aggressive, but I am going to offer the trade. No, they're just going for the token. No, they could have no, they could still have removal. Hopefully we have another Asp. If we can hit another land, I can go Polukranos and Humble Defector. Definitely hoping for a Celestia Charm. That would be a really nice hit for us. The Khalni Fight Spell would also be a Fight Spell MDFC. That would also be a good one for us here as well. We have a Savage Punch. That also would be decent. Opponent's actually in the tank right now. What are they thinking of? Okay, they're back. Compulsory rest. Okay, so we're taking our 5. We can... We're just taking our 2. I probably would just play the Nessian Asp again first. And now there's an argument for Polukranos into Humble Defector. I'm going to offer the trade first. I think I actually want to play the second Nessian Asp first. Compulsory rest also a common as well, so I'm trying to reduce our risk profile a bit. Don't get anything from making this monstrous. We actually did win a game by making this monstrous stuff because we were going back and forth. We just needed the one untapped land. Our opponent was down to 7 and did not leave a blocker. Experiment 1 would have been nice really early, but they might have another comeback. They might have another big thing. Also note that it's just 7 mana to drop something big. Honored Downshifted Pioneer Masters. It doesn't work on paper, true, which is kind of fine if you ask me. So let's see. I can go for Polukranos and Humble Defector, hold back a bit. we're really just missing the one more land to make the Nessian Ass monstrous. So we're kind of waiting here. We might end. I might end up just taking the 6 because if I trade for Honored Hydra, they just replay it. If they have removal, I have no good out for it. I would have been better off just putting Leaf Crown Dryad. As it is now, if nothing happens, I can snipe their Experiment 1 or Voyaging Satyr. Then make this large enough that I can actually swing through with this. There's also the argument that I could say double block Nessian as Honored Hydra, but that's also the one thing holding back the Syndicate Messenger. This is a bit of a tester of a game right now. I really could kill for a Celestia Charm. I just take the 6. And hope the crackback doesn't kill me. Also note that I can draw 2 free cards with this if I don't attack with this. We hit our 7 mana. I can monstrous this, but if our opponent responds with a removal spell, this is bad. Same goes with this one as well. I can still sack this for 2 mana, so that's a thing. Yeah, we're kind of thinking hard on this. Because Celestia Charm is still a thing. Problem. Need to see what they have. Also, thankfully, if they do take out the Goblin token, let's try to punch as much damage to. Thinking about the downshifted, not applicable on paper. Would you like Dreadbore is probably the biggest one there. They have to. No, they're rethinking this one. They have to block. They have to at least block 3. I don't know if they're going for this one. They could chump block Pelucranos, which is fine with me too. They don't have a combat trick. I'm just gonna crack this now. Give ourselves the cushion right away. Now that said, they could still have any number of pump spells that could ruin us. 6, 7. Ah, okay. I can tap, but that gives me nothing. Yeah, good game. The Ardenville Tactician is still quite good. Let's see what we would have drawn, but yeah, that was not great. We could have held back. Yeah, we can. There you go. Good game. Ooh, that was close. We were down to X-axis. I was hoping for more blocks, but yeah, they had enough blocks to make it work. Yeah, Ardenvale Tactician is quite brutal. And you wouldn't think much of it because it's from Throne of Eldraine, but hey, we actually do have cards from Midnight Hunt like Undead Butler. Where's that person from? Anyway, 6 wins is still pretty good. We got our entry fee back, so I'm happy to take that. And yeah, all in all, quite interesting. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on the notifications and whatnot. Yeah, this one down to uncommon as well. Let's see, what are the other things that changed? Hero of Eroas being...
We'll blaze through the multiverse!
This one is from Oath of Zendikar or not Zendikar. Battle from Zendikar or Oath of the Gatewatch, one of those two. Let's see that back. I think we also get the Nissa from that block. Sylvan Caryatid, also a nice get. Silumgar Sorcerer. I think this used to be rare, or is this was this always an uncommon? To think that a lot of cards ended up being downshifted shows how much the game has gone through since. Let's see, Disciple of Fenax. I think this might have been uncommon. Zergo Bell Striker. I think this was always a rare. Because in that set the dragons were the mythic ones. Oh, speaking of rares, there we go. That's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Jericho Alagan, for tuning in. Yeah, well, Pioneer Masters is Pioneer Masters. I guess we might get another. Most likely, we look for a remastered set. Like we're having Innistrad remasters coming in, if I'm not mistaken. So, I guess for a lot of these cards, Zendikar remastered would be one. Tarkir remastered, especially since we're going back to Tarkir again. So a Tarkir remastered set might be up in the horizon. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.